Okay, so hello everyone. I'm live. It should be. We're gonna do some Gunpla. It involves plastic in the shape of a robot, and you put it together, and it makes a thing. Let me switch to the thing. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with Mr. Karl. Don't forget me. I'm Karl. My name's Karl, and I'm coming for you. Yeah, I got like some quiet time this afternoon, so I kind of want to make some headway on this. Drink of the day. Can't see the branding, but you can know what it is. Okay. Let's find some interesting background music that will not get me copyright claimed. So you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the YouTube audio library. Turn that down. Okay, that'll work. Maybe I should turn it down, make it. What's better? Oh, that's off. It's kind of hard to fine tune it. Anyway. Look what I got. A bunch of old sticker markings of kits, including the recent gem, which I'm going to use for Mr. Karl here. I know this one is from the Jesta, right here, but I got some other ones. This is from the Gem Sniper Custom, no, Gem Sniper 2. I always get the name mixed up from those. And these are from the Real Grey Gundam Mark II. I might use a few of these. This is such a dark colored scheme on this kit. It's a navy blue and gray. That probably you're going to want to use, or I'm going to try to use, any white markings, if I have any. I don't have that many, actually. I can use the numbers off of this. This is from the same era of a mass production Fetty mobile suit. There's some white markings on here I might be able to use, and some. I wanted to find a nice Fetty logo to go on here. There's one right there I might use. There's also one on the dry transfer sheet here too, which I might consider using as well. We'll see. I just pulled these out to kind of see what kind of options I would have. I love having leftover marking stickers and stuff, and markings, because I can use those on other kits. So don't ever throw these away, because you might be able to use them for another kit in the future. Okay, anyway, so we need to work on the arms. The arms for this big dude. Okay, so we got the head and the shoulders. You have the torso yesterday. Well, not yesterday, it was the other day. Friday. Did that Friday. I want to make some progress on this thing, because I kind of want to get it done. Not that I'm trying to rush through or anything, I'm anxious to work on it, because it's just sitting here and not doing anything, with only half a body. I want to do more. I need more. I gotta take everything out of the box again. I need to arrange my runners. These are B runners. Okay, put those right there. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that has like a runner rack or anything like that, so it's like, oh, this is the runner I need. It's right here. Put C runner right there. These are the E's. Beam Saber. Polycat. And this one. Alright. So this is D. Where's my nipper? My nipper. Alright, we're gonna just do both arms at the same time. That'll probably be the most efficient use of time. So we're gonna start with E. E. 14, 18, 13. You don't want 17? We do 117. It's just in the next step. Okay. As always, this is a casual building stream. Viewers can feel free to drop in and say hi. Or you can go, hi! Not that I'll actually hear you. You can try and type it that way. The 20 and 20. Okay, that's these ones. Tonight, I will be continuing with Final Fantasy Tactics, for anyone wondering. We will continue to make progress. Actually, I have been playing Final Fantasy Tactics on my own, off and on, this weekend. I was checking out the Duck Station emulator to see if that's better than EPSXE and Ritual Arch. And so far, I kind of like it better in both of those. But I gotta be perfectly honest. That's about all I think I need. Is there no... That is the internal frame of the arm. Okay. Upper arm. There is no frame in the upper arm. It's just this piece. Okay. Alright. Get the same parts from over here. Okay, we're gonna do them together. Together. The sound of snip. 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 So I just saw on Twitter that the live-action Gundam movie that has been in pre-production for probably a couple years now is apparently going to be a Netflix exclusive film. I don't know how I feel about that, but it is getting made and it is coming out. We have to wait and see if it'll be any good, or will it be a disaster. Let me get these hands also. I always find hands to be the most time-consuming thing to work on any kit. Especially like a high grade or master grade. Because nowadays you have the fixed pose hands. But they're very detailed, so you gotta do a lot of panel lining on them, and it just takes time because you have to do 2 of them at a minimum, unless you got different types of fixed pose hands, in which case you gotta do more. That's not really a complaint, I'm just an observation I'm stating. Okay, so now we need some B. We need some B. Some B plate. Sometimes I call screw runners plates. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. It's just a thing I do. Let's see, we need 7. Sure. And are there like 2 different hands? Yeah, okay. There's a straight holding hand and there's a trigger holding hand. Those are your straight hand, there's your trigger hand. And it's only 3. There's only 3 hands. So I can take the 2 pieces off of here and leave 1 on the other. I should probably get the other parts, because this kit is asymmetrical. The right arm is different from the left arm a little bit, because the left arm has the grenade launcher on it. D4. That's a little door. Where are you? Right there. Next to a little pea shooter gun. And the 1 little red part. And the rest is B1. Let's see, there was some polycap. 6. Number 6. Where is number 6? 6. $18, $17. I did get the RG Xeon in. Took a look at it. It's something. It really is. Just looking at it on the runners, that is a impressive looking kit. I'm not going to build all of it on stream. I'm probably going to do what I've done before, like what I did before with the F90. Just go ahead and prep it ahead of time and do the assembly on stream. I think that would be the most efficient use of my time. Otherwise, if I try and do regular streams of just building it, it's just going to take forever for me to do. With a high grade, it's different. High grade doesn't take as long to do, so I'm okay doing a high grade fully on the stream. And I think we got all the parts for the arms now. And now everybody's favorite part, denubbing. The nubs. come off. You don't belong there. Come right off. Snip, snip, snip. Into my box. Where you go into the bin. I don't think I really have a lot of just random stuff to talk about on stream today. Mostly I just want to make progress here on this. So for anybody watching, I do have my review of the Master Grade Gym 2.0 up on the channel now. YouTube channel, to be precise. It's on there. Next review after that is the real grade Gundam. So that'll be next Monday. Did I not get the second one part? I don't think I did. Nope, I did not. It's right here. If you notice, I'm trying to like put on the parts by pairs. This is kind of a double check. Make sure I got two of everything. Well, it's here, and just kind of organize it. Okay. Two of everything, unless it's only one of something, like a trigger hand, or three, like hand covers. One, two, three parts. I'm having to think. Thinking is good. I have to think about how I'm going to film reviews for larger kits. Probably when I get to the HGUC, I may have to consider some different methods of doing my reviews. Going through the photo album, I think, is pretty good. It's straightforward. I can't really... It's not something that can be messed up easily, so that's probably what we'll continue doing. When I get to the live review part, I may have to reconsider my filming setup. It's okay for 1/44 and small master grades. When I get to bigger kits, it's gonna be more of a hassle. Because the camera is right here. It's only about 12 inches off my desk right now. If I have a kit that's like 10 inches, it's gonna be like right up in here. Right in front, in the face of the camera. If I pull my camera back more, you're gonna see more of just garbage out here on the side, which I can't really... I don't want this unnecessary visual garbage in the videos, so I'm gonna try and keep that to a minimum if possible, because it doesn't need to be seen on stream. Either that or find a different webcam, which is always a possibility. Oh no, let's buy another webcam. And I was looking into it. Webcams may not necessarily be the best thing for something like this. I was trying to find out what sort of cameras, like some other crafty people use. There are little standalone USB cameras, which are not webcams, they're just sort of cameras that you plug into your computer. Some of them have zooms, but I think they're mostly made for like... They have zooms so they can look at stuff like far off in the distance, or like constantly monitoring like nature or something like that. I don't know if that would be better. I mean, having a zoom would be nice to have, unless... Whoops. Okay, well, that's not a big deal. Unless the focus area of the camera has to be at a certain distance, like far away. If that's the case, that may not work too well for this sort of thing. But if I can zoom in on something, it might balance out. It's something to consider, and it's something I'm considering. It's just, it sucks that I gotta spend more money to find a better camera. Now, I did mess around with my old camcorder, which I can hook up as a live view device. The only issue with that I found is that it's got to be plugged in all the time, otherwise it will just shut itself off after a while on battery power, which, you know, makes sense. But I don't really have another available power outlet anywhere nearby, so that's kind of an issue. And the other thing is that the focal point of that camcorder is actually a little far away from the camera, so in order for me to like film my desk here, the camera's got to be hanging like at a decent height above my desk, and I don't have any way to secure it there. It's just empty space. I mean, I have my lamp that's above my desk, but it's not going to hold the weight of my camcorder, and there's no way to secure it on there anyway without it flopping around and falling off. I don't want to drop it. So one option is to get like some kind of armature that can just go over my desk and hold the camera up directly above me. So I'm looking at maybe something like that. And that's something I can get to work. That could be a possibility for future videos, because the camcorder does look better than this webcam. At least on the camcorder I can more directly control the white balance and the brightness. I can really only adjust the white balance on this webcam, but I can't really fully control it. And the brightness setting is just completely automatic. I can't do anything to manually adjust that. So yeah, because of webcams, most webcams are on what is techie people refer to as dumb mode, and unfortunately it's in the hardware, so there's really nothing software wise you can do to get around that. And you can use filters on OBS, but it can only do so much. I can't filter in better contrast. There's no way to do that. that has to be done hardware-wise on the camera itself. Like if someone's blown out, I can't blow the detail back in. There's just no way to do that. It's just basic photography knowledge. And this is calming and relaxing music. Do you feel calm? Do you feel calm? As Mr. Karl would ask of you, are you calm? I know I made a joke about the "don't forget me." I don't know why I've gotten so attached to that joke from Xenoblade. I don't know why it's funny. I mean, I've seen the clips, I know what's from. It's dumb. I don't know why I find it funny. It just is. And then I was messing around with Torna again, and then I realized something. Hugo says, "Don't forget me," during some of the battle scenes. And it just hit me like, wait a minute, he's Ordanian. Oh. So technically it is still in Xenoblade 2, even though it was claimed to have been patched out. It's just that now only Hugo says it. In Torna, not in the main game. Tiny round parts are always hard to work on. If you try to clean the nub up too much, you end up getting a flat spot. If you don't, if you underdo it, then you have a bump on it. It's very hard to get it right. And I don't always get it right. I just do the best I can. Yeah, okay, this is the one where I kind of overclipped a little bit. I don't know if you can really see it. Let me see if it's better. There's a flat, yeah, you can see a flat edge on that. That was my bad. I kind of overdid it with the nipper right there. Oh well. Probably won't be able to notice that when the kit's all put together. At least I hope so. It's not a huge deal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. Already on this kit, there are going to be some areas that are going to have seam lines that if you were going to professionally work on this kit would be pretty glaring and obvious, and you would probably want to fix those, especially across the forearms here, and actually on the shoulders too, I noticed. These forearm bits, unless you kind of want to make kind of a dummy panel line out of this, you're going to need to fill this in and smooth it out. Because there is a very obvious seam line right here that probably you would want to get rid of. Right in there, with the marks on it. And now I gotta get it back apart again. I didn't even press it all the way together, and it's already stuck together. There, sure. There we go. Anyway, on the shoulders, like right up here, on this edge, and my thumb is right here. That and that. These right here. Those would have to be filled in. And along this top edge right here. Okay. I guess maybe I should break out the black. I don't have it on me. Because some of these parts are exterior facing. So I probably should try to clean them up a little bit. Also, it kind of helps me see when I've not really gotten the nub off properly. Because the Q-tip will catch. Oh, I did do some computer work yesterday. I replaced a couple of the fans in my computer that were, the bearings on them were getting kind of bad. So every now and then they would get the rattles. And it just had to be the ones that are on my cooling system. Which means I had to pull the cooling radiator out of my computer and undo the fan cables on it. It wasn't that hard to do, it was just, it's an awkward thing to do because you don't want to pull the entire unit out and just kind of have it hanging out of my computer while I try to undo the fans off of it and put new ones on. But yeah, I replaced them with a couple of nice Noctua fans, which are actually very quiet, actually. I had to actually look and make sure they were actually working, but they are. But no more rattles. That's good. So, if your computer is making a rattling noise, it's probably the fan bearings are going out on one of the computer fans. I think that's probably good. Let me check this. That's in the yeah, do that. Everything else I think is going to be covered up by other parts, so I'm not going to go with them. Alright, I think that's good. Alright. It's time for the ink pens. Well, I must clear my throat. Alright. Continuing, I need some more Q-tips actually. I'm not going to make do with just one. Here, you're too far away. Actually, these little spots right there, those should be filled in with black from what I've seen. So we'll do that. I will do that. Not you. I will. It's my project. I get to decide the rules. I'm kind of just wedging these together just to kind of work on them as one part instead of two. It kind of helps keep the lining a little more consistent across these parts too, but if I do it this way. My pen is not running out. I don't think it is. It's just every now and then it starts to get a little weak. But not to worry, I do have a backup pair of pins. Because they're cheap. It's always worth having a backup pair, because as cheap as they are, you might as well get an extra pair of these things. Nothing to do there, nothing to do there. Move on. I guess I probably do a little bit on this. There's not much here on the little grenade piece, but maybe darken up the area between the individual pieces a little bit. And that's it for the gray. Move on to the black. Black pin. I'm just going to fill that in. Yeah, I don't have the picture of the actual thing up. What? Yeah. Mr. Gustav. Let's switch back to his front picture. But yeah, you can see how Mr. Gustav is supposed to look. Like so. I think, as I mentioned the last time, the only thing I'm not going to be able to do is painting the inside of the thruster barrels white, because I don't have any good white paint to use. And that's just going to be a pain in the butt because it's a dark plastic part. So I'm just not going to do that. But everything else I should be able to do within reason. Did I get all those? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. Elbow joint. Not a whole lot of detail here. I'll do a little bit. I'm gonna buff these a little bit. I want them dark, but I don't want them like super dark. Yeah, that's probably good. Also, they've got this little square angle on the front of the thing, but you can't really see it on the artwork there. So I'll just leave it to my interpretation and let it be. Yes. With our hands. Our hands. I hate doing the hands. I always had the hands that take so much time. I gotta go in with the pen and do every detail on the hands, because they are external facing parts, so they gotta be worked on. Give me about 15 minutes. Maybe I would do before that. Maybe 10. Nah, I'm serious. I don't think it's going to take me that long. It just feels like it takes a long time. And they're also hard to handle because my fingers get in the way. My fingers are too big. But it will make the hands look nicer. I feel a sneeze coming on. Yes, I hit the mute button just in time. You did not get to hear me sneeze. Three more parts to do. Three more hands. Imagine how much longer this would take if there were multiple hands. Open, expressive palm hands. Specialized holding hands. Trigger holding hands for both sides. I'd be spending like half an hour just trying to work on the hands. So in some ways, I guess having fewer hands is a plus. But it does reduce the options when you come to, well, having hands on the kit. So this is a particularly dark and moody song. Followed by a light and peaceful song. Some of these pieces I remember from the last time I streamed, so yeah, they are kind of repeating themselves a little bit. That is to be expected. But we don't want to run afoul of the copyright gods, so we shall stick with what is known to be safe and approved by them. Those that shall not be named, such as Sony and BMG and UMG and many others. Okay, the hands. Okay, they didn't take nearly as long as nearly as long as I dreaded it would take. All right, so I think we're ready to actually put some arms together here. All right, so we need those, that. We're doing ready for blowout. Ready for the blowout. this stuff right here. Just gonna see where I'm at on here. Okay, that's gonna go. Okay, I see how this works. Back part in front. Oop, like that. Easy peasy. Okay, so that there amounts to your arm frame, kind of. That's your elbow joint right there. And then we put the caps on. They only go in one way, so don't force them on. Make sure I got the orientation correct.
More carrots. Don't tear it. More carrots. Where's Garrett?
Vegetables. Vegetables.
You come from the west side. The left
There you
side.
go. Grenades.
The right brain drives me insane. Don't lie, don't lie,
Okay,
don't
so
lie to me.
the gray part goes on first, and then the black part.
Don't fry, don't fry, don't fry your brain.
Yeah. Like so. Okay. Sure, the
More carrots,
nicer side faces out.
more carrots. Where's Garrett?
Vegetables.
And hands, easy enough. Just slap them together.
You come from the west side.
Not that one.
The right brain drives me insane. Don't lie, don't lie, don't lie to me. Don't fry, don't fry, don't fry your brain.
Party trap. I'm trying to be a problem, are you?
Samurai sword.
It's not doing it on this one. No, the polycap is like spreading this apart on the end.
Maybe you should relax.
Hmm.
Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding.
It usually happens when it doesn't quite go in straight. Nope. You're gonna force me to take it apart, are you? Which I hate trying to do. Now that it's all together. That's just gonna bug me now. Like I'm trying to use my fingernails here and not use my knife. The knife will knacker this up. Or I'm just gonna have to look at that. I mean, I see that it is off angle just a little bit. That's what I'm trying to see if I can pull it and straighten it out without taking the whole thing apart. I'm gonna use my hook here. Pull it a little bit. That helped a little bit. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of deal with that. Kind of see how it kind of it doesn't quite. It's a little better than it was before, but it's the polycap. Polycap is like not set in there properly, so it's kind of like squishing. Like, it's kind of too much of a pain in the butt to pull this apart, so I'm just gonna have to leave it. Anyway, that's your elbow bend. I'll rotate at the top, like so. And this goes into the shoulders, like so. And yeah, Mr. Karl has arms. Get your juice. Broken robots. back up there. Okay, I got about another hour here. Alright, well, let's see if we can do a feats. And we get maybe one feats done. Actually, you know what? I should do the shield. I kind of didn't do the shield before. Let me just go ahead and do the shield. And maybe the gun. We'll see. It's only 3 parts. Might as well do it. Or 4. Or 5. There's the attachment parts too. That we gotta do as well. There's a choice of attachments. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do the gun while it's here. I know it's not much, but we'll do it. Get it done. It's very simple. A D8 16. Where's D16? That's this one right here. Plastic. The plastic ball joint. Alright. Hmm. Hollow on the inside. Never a good look. Okay. Now there is one thing about this beam rifle. There is a tiny little scope right here on the very front. That will require some attention. It is normally supposed to be pink. Trying to see if there's enough pink here for me to work with. Possibly. I don't think I have, I don't think I have, like, any metallic pink sticker anywhere else. I'm just trying to think real quick. If there's any other kit I've built that has pink metallic on it. Because all I need is like a tiny bit. And I can't think of any. Alright, I guess I'm just have to make do with that then. Make it work somehow. Because I don't have a way to paint metallic pink on anything. Or nothing that's gonna match the kit. So just gonna have to go with that. Anyway. We work on this. Yeah, do my do the thing first before I do that. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the Wing Gundam Denise might have a metallic pink on it. I have to go check. Maybe. I think there was only like one eye on the kit that had that color. I have to pull the box out here and take a look. I mean, I could probably make this work, but it's just a really thin piece in there, so that's why I'm a little trying to think of like alternatives that might be a little easier to use. Okay, I'm gonna go take a peek here and enjoy the music for a moment. Uh-huh. Metallic pink. It's close enough to that. This is on the Zaku 1 kit. There wasn't anything in the Wing Gundam Denise box. But I did see my Zaku 1. And there was something there. Okay, the music has stopped. Can we continue with more music? There we go. Okay, so that gives me a better option. Actually, why did this thing come with like 3 mono eye stickers? Oh wait, these were for the pink is the mono eye. These two were for the lens on the long rifle. That's what that is. Okay, I might be able to use that. That gives me a little bit more material to work with. This is just one of those strange, random thoughts I have about Gundam. Why use weapons with physical triggers on them? Because don't they kind of like plug in with a connector to the hand anyway? Like, just have them be automatically fired through the connecting mechanism. They don't really need like to have a physical trigger on the handles them. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of redundant. Because they gotta connect physically with the gun in order to use the targeting sensor on the weapon. So, I mean, unless it's working for some sort of like advanced Bluetooth option, but even then it's like, why not just use that to fire the gun? Why do you have to have an actual finger to pull the trigger? It just seems like a unnecessary thing to have, when there could be just a more straightforward way of switching weapons around and firing them. That's all I'm saying. It's just a thought. I know it's kind of a long-standing carryover from when Gundam was originally meant to be human-sized armor suits with weapons. Then didn't really make sense to have the triggers on the weapons, but they just sort of carried on with that and haven't really thought about it since. It's like, this is kind of a silly idea. Why do we keep doing it? Well, we can't change now. It's too late. Let's just keep doing it, even though it doesn't make any sense. It's just one of those things about Gundam that when you think about it, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Probably shouldn't think too hard about it. Like, another good example of this is Vegeta's beam rifle, which has a silencer on it, or suppressor. I never understood that. I mean, it looks cool. I have it right over here. I'll show you it. I'll grab it. It's like right on the shelf. Here's what I'm talking about. This gun, it has a suppressor on it, but it is a beam rifle. It's not a projectile gun. So why does a beam rifle need a suppressor in space? Doesn't make any sense, does it? It's just there because it looks cool. That's the only thing I can determine. Like, the mechanical designer wasn't really thinking about that. I mean, sure, I guess a beam rifle can make noise in the atmosphere when it's being fired, but I would imagine the physics behind that is different than an actual projectile gun. So the sound is probably coming from a different area of the weapon rather than the barrel. So, again, it doesn't quite hold up to scrutiny. It's just one of those things I always thought was kind of weird. One of those things, you think too hard about it, it doesn't make any sense. And it's kind of silly. A suppressor on a beam rifle. I mean, really, why? Why would anybody need that? Besides, in case you missed the obvious, there's no sound in space, because there's no air. You wouldn't hear it anyway. So, why do you have a suppressor? Doesn't make any sense. is a very bouncy music. That's how I would describe it. Yeah, I think Bandai ever designs their kits with Gundam markers in mind. But yeah, sure, we got these panel lines. We can do them with the marker, it's fine, but the marker doesn't quite fit in these lines very well. So it's like, oh, these panel lines are a little too thin, aren't they? For the specific item, we often mark it with our kits. Maybe we ought to make the panel line a little thicker. But that might also be a problem as well. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to annoy the professional hobbyist, because they like their thin panel lines. Not that I really care. I'm just, again, random thoughts. Random thoughts, that's all they are. I might have waited a little too long to wipe that back off. Yeah. It's on the inside of the shield, so it's probably not a big deal. But yeah, you shouldn't leave the ink on the part for too long, otherwise it will stain a little bit. And then it's harder to get off. That's why you kind of want to put it on, and then wipe. You don't want to wait too long. Otherwise the ink dries and it stains the plastic a little bit. Not as bad as like the ink mark, the pouring markers, but it will. You can leave it on there for too long. Nothing. Where is it? Stump time. Get in there. Okay, shield. Super simple. Just slap it together. And that, yeah. It's kind of hard to get this wrong. Okay, beam rifle. Let's see. Let me double check and make sure there isn't nothing I can use here. It is not that big, but I just have a feeling it's a little too thin of a scrap there. So let me just cut a chunk out of this. It's better to have too much than too little. Because at least with too much, I can just make it smaller. Just fix it. No, I got the paper too. I don't want the paper. Paper off. Sticker only. There we go. Give me the sticker. And I need a toothpick. Where's my toothpick? Toothpick. Where are they? They're hiding. There they are. Okay, I did cut it a little too big, which is fine. That's okay, because we can trim it down and make it fit. Probably need to cut it a little smaller. I'll just take the bottom edge off. I think that looks pretty good. Make sure I get the barrel on correctly. Oh, I'm an idiot. It doesn't go there. There we go. A little bit of a pink scope on the beam rifle. That's all I wanted. This is just a plastic on plastic joint. Okay. And it goes right there. And this kind of hangs off the back. You can have it like that. What is in the picture there? And the beam rifle. More like a beam pistol, but I don't get the hand on it. Yeah. There's your pew pew gun for the big robot. Maybe it does seem kind of small, doesn't it? Compared to, like, again, Majesta has such a nice looking beam rifle. Just a little dusty. He's been on my shelf for a while. But yeah, that's what they look like next to each other. Obviously, he's gonna be bigger, much bigger. Now, the Jester's a pretty decent sized mobile suit all in itself, so it won't be that small. Okay, what am I at now? No, almost a 140, 140. I'm almost thinking of stopping here, but let's I have like 15 minutes. I'm gonna stop at the 2 hour mark here. Let's look at some of these markings I got that I pulled out, and see if we can make Mr. Karl look better. Take him apart. Arms up and off, up and off. All right, let's see what my choices are here. So we got some numbers. I have some markings. I also have, I also got this nice white Earth Federation logo on here, which I'm tempted to use. There's an EFSF logo on here also. And on here, I already have the big yellow emblem. I wonder which one I should use. Think. I'm not even entirely certain where the cockpit hatch is. I mean, I assume it's gotta be this, right? I mean, where else would it be? They put a couple of warning stickers on the back. Those are pretty obvious to do. see if I can find a pair. But you don't want one, you want a pair. Some yellow ones. And I have these white ones, which might look better.
It sound right, boys.
Probably will use the EFSF logo. Where is that? Okay, it's right there. I think that'll fit. It's a little on the big side, but I think it'll probably fit. Yeah. I'll just get it right in there. Alright, unless there's something better here. I don't think there is. It's just that white. There's a white fetty thing here. So I think I might take that off of that. And save this one for another project. Someday. Alright, I need the tape. I need my tape. Because you need tape to do dry transfers properly. Because if you don't have tape, you're gonna mess up. I think I can find your tape. That's all the way back there. Oh, there's not a lot left on here. In fact, there's none on here. It's empty. Try the other one. Which... Come here. Don't hide. There we go. Got it. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get a clean piece of tape. Clean piece of tape. So let's do the logo first. And that's gonna go on the shield. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of markings. Just enough to make it look nicer. That's the whole goal. Make it look nicer. Oh damn it, it's still attached. Oh. Disengage. Disengage. You're sticking to the wrong thing. Give me. No. Where are you? Here. There we go. Got it. Success. Let's look at this. I'm thinking up top. Trying to get it straight. Straight as can be. It's really hard to tell. This part is so dark. I can't really... It's hard to distinguish things. I gotta turn my light all the way up here. I need light. And everything has got a weird angle on here. So it makes it hard to find the center line. I think it's on the center line. I don't know why I still think it's like not straight. Okay, now I went too far. think that's probably close enough. I'm just gonna... Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Little Betty logo on there. This is cheap tape, by the way. This is not the good Scotch tape. That's why it doesn't really stick as well. Alright, I want to do an EFSF on the torso. Let's see. Nope, it's not on there. Put that away. If I can get it back in there. Come on. Go back in the thing. You want to go back in. You must. It's your home. Go in. There you go. Why does it look like my stream is lagging out? Refresh. Refresh. Yeah, apparently it did lag out. Yeah, I'm losing my connection here. I'm probably gonna have to call it here. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just say